everyone, my name is Ellie and in today's video I'm going to be talking you through my 5-step method to acing topic tests. So this is in the context of GCSE/A-level sciences and maths. If you are a history or English student, this probably won't help you, but I am definitely one of those people who treats topic tests like they are exams, because I am not only ultra competitive with myself, so I want the A's and A stars, but I'm also ultra competitive with the people around me, so I want to be top of the class. That didn't always happen, to be fair, and I did sometimes get a B if the test was really difficult, but most of the time I got an A or A star, and I think it really helped me when coming to like mock exams and things, because I revised so hard for those topic tests that all the information in that topic was just ingrained in my brain. So just for a little bit of context, for A-level biology and maths, it was 70% for a B, 80% for an A, 90% for an A star. And then with A-level chemistry, it was 75% for a B, 85% for an A, 95% for an A star. So those grade boundaries might seem quite high, but it was only usually like 40, 50 mark tests. And I think it was really important that the teachers set the grade boundaries high so that we got used to working to a really high standard so that we would lose less marks in the mock exams. Before I talk to you about my 5-step method, I think I should just emphasize to you how important it is to revise hard for your topic tests, because I think we can all learn from the current situation at the moment that with teacher assessment grades, that people who did revise hard for their topic tests and consistently got good grades in their topic tests will be a lot better off than the people who thought that topic tests meant nothing, they would just work hard for their final exam. So I'm not saying that this situation would happen again, but say if we get COVID-19 2.0 in however many years' time, you don't want to be one of those people who could have worked really hard on their topic tests and got a better teacher assessment grade, because it's just not worth it. So you may as well work really hard for your topic tests, and it all pays off in the end, because if you invest a lot of time into those topic tests, then you won't have to revise as hard on your final exams, because a lot of the information will be ingrained in your brain. And then next thing I just want to quickly say is leave at least 5 days to revise for your topic tests, as long as that's the amount that the teacher gives you. Usually our teachers gave us at least a week to revise for our topic tests, so give yourself a lot of preparation time. My first step is to understand all of the content. If there is an aspect of a topic, so for example in differentiation, if you really don't understand the chain rule, then make sure that you do ask your teachers or your friends to help you, because that part of the topic isn't just going to vanish. It could turn up in your test or even your final exams. So if you spend the time and effort understanding it now, then it will pay off later in the final exams. The second step is to create revision resources. So it's really important that you create really good, high quality revision resources, because not only will it help you revise for your topic test, but when it comes to the final exams, you can revise from them and revise for your actual exam. So it is a good long-term investment, and I recommend making them when you actually do your topic test, because then that is the time where you know that topic best, so it's just easier to make the revision resources at that time. So I really recommend flashcards. I personally use Quizlet. I absolutely adore Quizlet because I easily lose flashcards, so if they are all online then I don't lose them, and then you can also add pictures and stuff, so I find them really useful. And I also recommend creating revision posters where you just write all the most important parts of the topic on a single sheet of A4, because then I found flashcards really tiresome to revise, because one flashcard set I may have 40 different flashcards on it, so it'd take me a good 25 minutes to revise it, whereas with these revision posters I can look over them in like 5 minutes, so it's a lot easier. So here's some examples. So here's my one for respiration, and I just basically put all the most important processes on there, so that when I was revising respiration I could cover up parts, like I could cover up the Krebs cycle, and then I would get a piece of paper and draw the Krebs cycle and then check if it was correct. And then an example for chemistry, aromatic compounds, where I basically, what I did, I will do a more in-depth video about this, but I basically separated the topic into sections. So for example, benzene, electrophilic substitution, so on, and then I would put the most important information of that topic in each little section. So I found these a lot easier to revise nearer exam season because these literally take 5 minutes, whereas flashcards take a good 25 minutes to revise. My third step, oh, that's 4. My third step is to do any class or textbook questions. So in my biology textbook, I would go through all the summary questions because whilst they were application, they were more kind of just testing your knowledge. So I think it was really useful just for you to test that you actually understood all the aspects of the topic. And then if your teacher gives you worksheets in class, then make sure to fill them out and ensure to ask him or her for the mark scheme, because there were so many times where I just didn't ask for the mark scheme and it was really ridiculous, because then I would just have these worksheets that I did and basically for no reason, because I didn't have any corrections on them, so I didn't know whether I got the answer right or not. So I definitely recommend always asking for a mark scheme for those worksheets. My fourth and probably most important tip is use physics and maths tutor. This website was literally a godsend to me during A-levels. It's essentially a website that hosts past paper questions by topic. So if I wanted to revise respiration in biology, I could literally get a booklet of past paper questions just on respiration. It was absolutely fantastic because the key to A-levels really is applying the knowledge, so doing as much past paper questions as you can is imperative. So I definitely recommend doing those and ensure that you do mark it and write in your mistakes. My fifth and most probably unique tip that a lot of people probably don't do, but I thought it was really important to me getting those top grades in the topic test, is review your mistakes. So I know I talk in this video about making sure you use a mark scheme, you correct it, but there's really no point in doing that if you're just going to write the correct answer in a different colour pen and never look at it again. So what I recommend is writing your mistakes in a separate booklet. So for example, with biology, I had this, I call it the biology year 2 review book. Instead of calling it a mistakes book, I just call it a review book because I'm kind of reviewing my mistakes. And when I was revising for each topic, I would write sort of corrections in that. I will put like a video just to show you. So in case I didn't explain it too well in the video, I thought I would just quickly show you my corrections book again and give you a bit of a more detailed look of what I did when I was revising for each topic test and how I wrote down my mistakes. So, I know I keep talking about respiration in this, but I really liked respiration, so I thought I would keep showing you. So here we are. I basically, whenever I did any sort of practice questions, any corrections that I had, I would put in here. So for example, when I did a past paper, I must have got this question wrong. Explain why oxygen is needed for the production of ATP on the cristae of the mitochondria. And then I wrote to the exact point what the mark scheme said, just so that if it came up again or a similar question came up, I would not get it incorrect. Uses of ATP, so there was a lot of stuff on there that was kind of just memorizing and just knowledge rather than application that I got wrong, so I needed to make sure I put that down. And then, for example, I didn't know how to draw a diagram for a respirometer, so I wrote this down and I wrote about the experiment of measuring the rate of respiration. So I can't recommend doing this enough because it ensures that you identify your weaknesses and then you address them by looking over this and memorizing and kind of understanding why you got the question wrong in the first place. So this is definitely my most important and effective tip, I think. I think it's just really important to write your mistakes down, because when you write your corrections and mistakes from a mark scheme, you're not going to learn anything from it if you never look at it again. So that's why I really advocate doing this, so that you can constantly look over your mistakes so that you don't make the same mistake again on the real exam. So that's the end of this video. Please do let me know if my 5-step method has helped you. I really hope it does, because it definitely helped me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any video recommendations, don't hesitate to put them in the comment section down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.